All right, well, let's take a look at the reveal trailer, which has no zombies, we think. Are there any hidden zombie Easter eggs that we haven't picked up on?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
All right.
I'd tell you.
Have to kill me. All right, here we go. So this is the original, and this was, something this was a scene I know that you guys.
This is in-engine.
In-engine, I remember this was.
I
remember you telling me at the time this came in pretty late that you guys were like doing this motion capture with Woods.
Yeah.
Was that a late decision?
That's a real
to add
performance
that
of
in?
him. No, it was already planned in the game. It's just where you are in the development cycle.
Okay.
Sometimes when you start these, so even this shot here, it's like, well, we really wanted to show some different variety. Each of these scenes showing all the technology. That the player is going to be either encountering or in that case playing with.
Yep.
A lot of different areas and environments. Again, just more variety of drones and robotics.
Yep.
The fact that in this game there is a flying sequence, we wanted to show a little bit of that. And clearly there's a big emphasis on character here because we're really telling a really in-depth story there. And we're introducing you just briefly to the villain there. We're not telling you much about him. We knew that we were going to do a special villain reveal trailer.
Right.
So we just wanted to introduce the player.
Jeez.
We introduced you to some of our heroes there. That's Harper that you saw there with the tattoos. And, clearly a great hero shot here.
And then you do some interesting things here at the end where you got the horseback riding in. I mean, you guys were, again, trying to show a little bit of the past and some of the future.
Absolutely. There's a couple of MP shots in there that I went to Dan to that we just dropped in there because we wanted, for people who could pick that out. But, people are confused about the horses. They're like, there's horses? What are the, like,
right.
There was even like this COD horse hashtag that started to make its way around Twitter. But that's, in Afghanistan in the 80s, the horse riders. Right.
We had two real reveals tied to the single player and the campaign. So Dan, let me ask you about that because you guys have, really gone back to first principles on a lot of the multiplayer. Mm-hmm. So how did you think about expressing that in a trailer to tell people that this was, brand new multiplayer?
Well, some of the main points that we talked about at the beginning of the project were just to challenge ourselves and challenge assumptions, to kind of push ourselves out of our comfort zone and our sort of safe areas. And with Create a Class and how we've overhauled Create a Class, that was something that we really had to convey to the fans in a trailer, which was a huge challenge. Yeah. And to do that without really just saying, here's a menu and here's how Create a Class works. We had to actually show in context some of the gameplay of people with these really kind of crazy classes, and then we threw some hints in there of the Create a Class screens sort of built into the environment. And that was early on in the trailer development. That was the concept, was let's show the action, but throw some hints, maybe even like an Easter egg of what the system actually looks like to players, so that they can freeze frame and look at that and kind of do all the pop-up videos that people do and dissecting with the what's in the trailer. So we very intentionally go into these things saying, well, we know people are going to freeze frame. We're really going to go through one by one and look at every little detail that we put in there. So let's make sure that we give them a lot of information to digest.
Awesome. All right, well, let's take a look now at the MP reveal trailer that you guys put out in August for Black Ops 2. So lots of debates about how this trailer was going to start. It starts with some windmills.
A little mood setting. We wanted to show a really kind of nice environment shot, really give people a sense of the scale of the game.
Right.
Quickly move into first person.
How much work we've done on the environments and the graphics and the rendering technology. Right. Here's a cool new future tech weapon with the Mms Scanner. Lets you see through walls when players are stationary or moving slowly.
I feel like every shot in this trailer has a point, right? There's something you guys are trying to say.
We're showing, and here, we even talked, hours on end about how fast we wanted to switch between the hybrid optic here, because we wanted to show that it's really easy to do. It's a one thumb click thing.
Right.
The Dragonfire, of course, has been a favorite since the beginning. It was one of our earliest kill streak rewards, or score streak rewards that we did.
Yeah.
So we're doing a big feature on that here. It's a lot of fun to fly around and use. And then, of course, here's the counter. We want to make sure everyone understands also that there's a counter to every sort of powerful thing in the game.
Yeah.
I remember this one in particular, like Dan really wanted
Centurions.
Almost like Centurions dropping there.
That's what we called that. It was like the Roman Centurion scene. Come in like Centurions, slam those shields down, and look like a force to be reckoned with. And then, of course, the counter that takes them out.
Wow.
This was to showcase that you can load out without a weapon in the game. We wanted to make sure that people could see, hey, this is cool. You don't have to have a weapon. You can run around with just knife. Snipers, of course, here was intentionally wanted to show that the iron sight on the ballista, that you can actually take off the scope of a weapon and do a little throwback to our World War II days, and the favorite iron sight bolt-action rifles.
I will be doing that.
Look at
It's
that
my
shot.
favorite
That's a
weapon in the
perfect
game.
shot
Yeah.
right there. Like, how do you guys get a shot like that? I mean, it's just like
Well, it was
Many takes, many takes. I'll tell you the outtake.
and some great players.
Yeah,
right,
the
pulling
one
that
right
off.
before that, the outtake was they threw the C4 charge up in the air, and the sniper up on the balcony there actually shot right at the same moment, blew up the C4 and blew up himself. And we didn't catch that until we were editing the shot together, and we realized, oh my God, this is a goof. So we got to go back and reshoot it. But it was just hilarious.
wow, very cool trailer. All right, well now we're gonna get to the most recent trailer. Jimmy, you finally get to reveal zombies, or at least some of it. And I know there was a healthy debate, I guess, internally about how much to talk about zombies, because zombies was this phenomenon that really kind of has taken on a life of its own. You guys have always tried to hold a lot of this, I think, until the game comes out. So was there ever debate about, do we even do a zombies trailer?
Not this time around. We knew we were going to do a zombies reveal for the fans.
Right.
Timing, that's always something that we talk about and what have you. But we knew we wanted to do a zombies reveal. The debate was how much do we show?
Right. Exactly.
Right. And what do we show? And what do we focus on? And we focused on the world and the zombies, and wanted to hint to some of the fiction, but not let the fans sort of spin on that.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they're very, like you were saying earlier, they're very attuned to the details. Watching it today, we watched some breakouts or breakdowns, and I mean, they're picking out things that we didn't even realize we put in there, and we're just in there from the gameplay. We definitely want to make sure that's in the trailer. What we don't want to show is we don't want to give away the experience that they have come to expect. The discovery of zombies and kind of working their way through the map and learning the map.
Well, yeah, you have a very interesting sort of mechanic through this trailer where you sort of show the team kind of moving through different parts of the map. So let's take a look at it now. The zombie reveal trailer for Black Ops 2.
So even this opening, we wanted
Very
to have
cinematic.
it very cinematic, very dark, situation.
And this bus, which becomes a very important
The
part
mysterious
of zombies, right?
bus, right?
What do you call this bus?
That's the bus.
That
bus.
is
That's the
zombie
bus.
bus.
That's the bus.
The out-of-service zombie bus. So
And
this
then,
obviously was a bit of a
and then
setup,
there's a
then
beat right here, clearly, where you're like, like this is just
Zombies
going
are
dark,
coming.
right? And then people get their first glimpse.
Wow.
And we just wanted to show, all the new. We wanted to give you a hint to all the new characters there, but Jimmy's not ready to reveal them all quite yet.
So obviously we're getting a glimpse at some of these characters,
Yeah.
and I mean this is people are familiar with zombies, but what did you want to show here? I mean obviously with this map, it's the idea that sort of there's a real progression, I guess.
There's a
sort of different
progression. I
places.
mean, at every step of the way, there's so many hints to kind of things that are, going to be discovered by the fans.
Right.
Pieces and parts to the things we've talked about.
Arriving at these locations.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
and
these icons
Yeah,
have
exactly.
meaning.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at almost any shot, and there's something kind of in the corner, on the edge, or in the
Right.
distance that actually has relevance to some gameplay they're going to actually discover.
Wow, and so obviously this is suggesting that you're kind of taking this bus through all these different locations
Yeah.
and
definitely
finding
suggested.
lots of zombies and gameplay and
And showing new mechanics.
Yep.
You saw a sort of shield there
Yep.
that weren't quite sure where that came from, and some different gameplay associated. And then of course you're on the bus, but then the zombies are sort of
Zombies attack
invading.
the bus.
That's right. But you're always heading to a new location. We want to show off a lot of the different locations.
Right. And suggest obviously some of the main characters in this. You only really get kind of hints at them, right? You're not really hearing them, or you're not really seeing
Yeah,
them.
yeah, and I mean, again, a point of like the style of gameplay that's in here. We show a lot of running, we show holding, we show all the kind of things that they're used to seeing.
And then a little tease at the end of something there, right?
Yeah, what was that? I didn't see it.
What was it,
Anybody
Jimmy?
else see
Come
that?
on,
Anybody
break
see
it
that?
down for us.
Well, I mean, they definitely expect to see a new weapon from us, and
Right.
We at this point have, I feel like, delivered one of our best for sure.
Okay. And what is that weapon named? Can't say. The new
You
weapon.
don't even know
You almost got me.
how that all comes together, who the characters are. When zombies comes out, that's a lot of the fun.
That's the reveal.
Community. It's the community puts the fiction together.
Yeah.
We give them the content. We have, maybe we have our own Bibles, maybe we don't, but it's part of the fun.
So you're going to get a pretty badass weapon. Is that weapon eventually going to be able to be used back in the single player or multiplayer, or that's different world?
Oh man,
Can't cross the streams,
Oh,
or what do you think
cross
about
the
it?
streams.
look,
All right.
look at this. He's gonna trip me up again.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that was the 4 trailers that you guys have done for Black Ops 2. And when we come back, we're going to get in depth on all the different modes of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and talk about some of the design decisions the team made over the past couple of years building this game.
See this and other GT shows and game reviews on the GT Originals iOS app, available now on the App Store.